Verbling.com members, this is one of the English teachers on duty this hour. My name is Geoff Watson. I am from Vancouver, Canada, and I'm looking for some English students who want to work on their English. I have some people joining the class with their premium reservations, taking their place in the class. And so this hour, we are going to be doing some reading, and I hope sharing lots of predictions and ideas about what will happen in the future. Let's practice our future grammar, what is going to happen, what will happen in the next 5 or 10 years with the concept of robots. Now, we have been talking about robots for probably a couple of generations, for decades. But I just read the article. I just read the article about the fact that robots will be connecting to their own internet, their own Wikipedia, and they will be using the servers and big mainframe computers of the cloud. And so the information storage of the cloud. And so that got me thinking that we might be closer to practical, helpful, useful robots much faster than I thought. All right. And so what we would like to do is for people to download the document. The document is called GWF13, and you can find that at the verbling.com website. You go to the live classes page, and you look for the information about this class. And remember, you're all creating verbling.com, the best place on earth to learn a second language. It's growing. We're going to be the next Facebook of language learning. Okay, let's say hello to the people who have joined the class. And, well, let me see. Where should we go with a question? Do you really believe that people will be buying robots, that people will have robots in their homes? And do you think that robots can replace something like pets, like dogs or cats? Or do you think that robots might replace or accompany sort of healthcare workers or support workers, people that help others stay independent, to continue living in their home, etc.? And so will robots help help people to live independently? All right, and so let's go with Juan. Juan, are you connected? Juan usually has a slow internet connection, and so I'm just going to move ahead to Liliana. Don't worry, Juan, I'll come back to you. Liliana, are you there?
Yes, I'm here. How are you, Geoff?
I'm fine. Could you tell everybody where you're connecting from? And I don't know, how long have you heard about robots, and do you really think it's time that their time has come?
Okay, I'm connecting from Bogota, Colombia. I heard about robots many years ago, and I don't think that they could replace human beings, neither pets, because I have a dog, and I think it's hard because our pets always express. I mean dogs. They always express their emotion when they see their owners, and they protect their owners until they died. But in some in some cases, robot would be useful to help us, for example, in the kitchen, or to do some housework for us.
Right? You know, there are these automatic vacuum cleaners
Yeah.
that sort of filter the air and
I
clean
would
the
like
floor.
to have someone to
Yeah,
help me with the housework.
you would like one of those.
Yeah.
Okay. All
Yes,
right, great.
for
Yeah,
sure.
and actually, I worked many years ago. I worked as a lifeguard, and we had sort of robotic. I think these robots had no intelligence. They just kept moving across. So, sorry, we had for the swimming pool a robotic vacuum cleaner that
Yeah.
would just simply go back and forth along the bottom of the pool all night long, vacuuming the bottom of the pool.
Ah,
So
great.
that kind of technology has been out there.
Yes,
All
very
right.
useful.
Yeah. I'd like to say hello to Lucas.
Hi, Geoff.
Yes. And where are you connecting from? And what do you think about robots?
How are you? Well, I'm from Argentina. And yes, I agree with Liliana. I think robots are very useful, but they can't replace human beings because they don't have feelings like us. But yes, they make our well, some robots make housework easier and for us.
Yeah, to do, well, they make housework easier by doing the housework. Yeah,
Yeah,
it's possible.
yes. Well, for example, I think all machines are kind of robots. For example,
Sure.
the computer, it's a kind of robot, and it makes us our live machines in general make or technology in general makes our lives easier.
Yeah,
But
right.
they can't replace human beings for me.
Yeah, okay. You don't think they're going to. And so I put the word in the chat box, appliances. So all of those machines that we use in the kitchen, for example, perhaps a microwave oven or a blender would be an example. Those are appliances. And so, right. Luis, please join our conversation about
Yes,
robots.
yes, I agree with both of these guys. I think robot it's only is able to replace the human being in or help in his activity. Only is develop the artificial intelligence, and I don't know how far is about this research and this kind of technology.
Yeah, yeah, right. And so, well, hopefully, we'll learn something about that by reading these articles. And actually, what I've done is I've taken 3 copies of the same article, more or less. And so, we're going to read the 3 articles, get some good repetition, which helps develop your English, and really understand this concept because it is in operation. So it's working right now. So, Marcia, what do you think about robots?
I think they will be a reality soon.
Mm-hmm.
Like another things became a reality. We saw in the movies in the scientific fiction,
Yes,
and
science fiction movies. Mm-hmm.
and today it's part of your life, your daily life. I think soon we'll have robots everywhere.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. And we were just talking to Luis, who is a doctor, and I know that they're talking about doing some surgical procedures with robotic arms. Now, of course, those arms are controlled directly by the doctor. But also, I've seen in hospitals where robots simply move through the hallways delivering food and towels and sheets, etc., to different parts of the hospital. So replacing workers who are doing simple jobs, cleaning floors, delivering things throughout the facility. And so I could see in some situations those becoming very common. Mime, hello, welcome. What do you think of robots?
I like robots. Improving technology. I like robots things. I think improving technology increases robotic activity in our life, and I am happy, to be honest. And you are right. Especially my work professional. Also, we use some microscope. We use some microscope. It's really improving last 10 years. It's like they put some robotic activity and you can see clearly, take the picture or find the cell easily. And it improve our life quality, our experiment quality very well. That is the reason I am happy.
It improves, the phrase in English is usually our quality of life. And then what was the second term you used? It improves our quality of life and our... do you remember what you said? Okay, let's move on. That's okay. And I just put a phrase that I've heard before where people are saying science fiction can become science fact. And so will robots be here soon? Nicholas, welcome. Where are you connecting from, and what do you think about robots?
Yes, I'm from Argentina. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can. Fine. Please go ahead.
I'm from Argentina, and I am studying chemical engineering. And well, I think that the robots are something useful, especially in in many camps, in many camps. I don't know what he said, but in the industry, already they have using the many robots.
Many fields, areas. Yeah. Okay.
Yes,
I think that's
fields.
the word.
That's the word. And in the industry, already is very, very useful and very.
Yeah, and you know, it's everybody's trying to figure out a way to compete with China, with their huge numbers of workers and people who are willing to work for low wages, and so maybe some of these developed countries are going to have to go with factories that are using a lot of robotics to produce and to produce products. So good. Well, thank you. And Adam, hello. How are you?
I'm fine, thanks.
Welcome. And where are you connecting from, and what do you think about the future of robotics?
I'm connecting from Egypt. I think Robert will be best friend to people in future.
Yeah, the new pets, or even more than that.
Best friend for people. Help people in the house to prepare the lunch, breakfast, cooking, and help women to in the house to wash clothes, iron clothes, something like that.
Yes.
The life will be easy with the robot.
Okay. Now there's that dynamic. I think it's no. This was another article I was looking at where we have so many elderly people in some of the richer countries, and they're very lonely, but they still want to live independently. And so, yeah, robots could be part, even if it's just that the robot is monitoring the person's safety and it's like having a person there who is seeing that you are okay, and if you fall or have a problem, a health problem, they will call the ambulance, for example. And so even that kind of application could be very helpful for people as they get older. And Juan, hello, welcome. Got your video working.
Hello, hi everybody. I am from Colombia, Santa Marta in the northern. Yes, here I am.
It's in the north? Mm-hmm.
So, could you repeat me the questions?
Yeah,
Sorry?
we're just talking about robots. And
Yeah.
so household robots, or what do you think of the development of this technology?
Wow, it's I guess I think that we need to go in the same way. I guess the technology is the future, right? So it sucks a little because the robot will replace, right? Replace the humans in some activities or jobs.
Yes, no doubt about that.
Yeah, it sucks a little, but
Yeah.
I think that I think that we need to try to overcome it. I mean that we need to find the best way to live with the robots. You know what I mean? I mean that the robots will be able to do some stuff, right? I guess that some building stuff. You know what I mean?
Yeah, well, making things?
Yeah.
Yeah, like producing or fabricating things?
Yeah, I think that it would be great because this kind of job is a little dangerous. You know what I mean? For the
Okay,
humans.
sure. Okay, so we'll take the place of some workers, but maybe, say for an example, coal mining, they may be able to use robots more than workers, which will, dangerous jobs. Great. And I'm sorry, I'm going to move on to Koji. Koji, are you there?
Yes, I'm trying to be here, Geoff. My connection is bad.
Okay, no, well, I can hear you perfectly, so please go ahead.
Okay. Yeah, I think the robots are reality for robots are a reality for a long time. Have been a reality for a long time, and there is no way back. They are each time they are going to occupy more places. Actually I don't like this kind of experiment with robots thinking as humans and taking decisions. Maybe because they're gonna succeed.
Yeah. Okay. So the Luis mentioned it, the artificial intelligence. Yeah.
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 And,
well, we'll see.
Okay.
Yeah. Sorry.
By the other hand, you have the. Okay, please.
The expression is, go ahead with a quick comment. On the other hand.
On the other hand, I think that emotions will never be substituted by robots.
Okay.
This is only here. Yeah.
Okay. No, good. And at this point, I think this article really doesn't have anything to do with artificial intelligence. These are just little machines that need to navigate through a changing environment, and they need to be able to identify and manipulate and move different objects. And so this is the idea. So what I'd like to do is to start by reading the first article. And where are we here? If I can bring this up on the share screen. So, and I've got a little bit of a YouTube video to read. And so let's skip my, well, no, let's read my little introduction that I put on the page here. And so, Adam, could you please read this first little paragraph that I wrote?
Okay. Watch out, technology is advancing so quickly. We will need to start talking seriously about robots. Let's talk about a new advance that is currently in operation. Could a robot do your job? A new worldwide network lets robots ask each other questions when they get confused.
All
Robot,
right. Yeah, sorry, I'm definitely going to get you to continue. Just trying to get an idea down in the chat box. And so please go ahead.
okay. The cloud for robots is now online by Sean C. Farrow posted 3/8 2013.
Yeah, so
Making
really just a few days ago.
yes, making the sausage rosy. The robot waits for the sausage to cook before taking them out of the water and serving them.
Okay, great. And just the sausage, they're white, which is a little strange, but those are sausages. So sausage and sausages. The S is pronounced as an extra syllable. Okay, so that's Rosie. So here's Rosie helping you out in the kitchen. Okay. All right, and so let's continue here. And so, Juan, could you read this next piece of text, please?
Can you hear me?
Yes, good.
Okay. The first sentence, right?
Yeah, Robbie the robot.
Okay. Robbie the robot is intimidated by breakfast. What the heck is a quiche?
Quiche.
Quiche.
It's a French word. Quiche.
Okay. Quiche? Okay. Why are all the cereal boxes different sizes? It takes him. Okay. Quiche. Right. Okay. It takes him age to do his only text. Sit in the table because he has to adapt to so many new and varied situations that humans can analyze in a split second. A new web-based informational analyze?
No, it's okay. Please go ahead. I'll go
Okay.
back and help you with your pronunciation later.
All right. A new web-based informational database could make. Sorry, was a mistake.
Yes.
Could make complex tasks more easy for robots like pure Robbie to accomplish.
Okay, good. And just analyze with the I sound, analyze, and based with a T sound as quick as possible. And so right now, and then more easy is not really correct. We say easier. So to make complex tasks easier. So they just become instantly overwhelmed by all of the different changes. Even the fact that cereal boxes are different sizes is sort of too much for a robot to understand. Okay? And quiche is a pie that's made with eggs and spices and little bits of meat and sausage and bacon. And I think it's a French recipe. So we just use the word quiche.
I'm sorry, I have a question.
Yeah.
Could you please say me what accomplish means?
To accomplish is to do something, to complete something. And so we're talking about a task, which is a small job, and whether the robot can do it or not, whether they can accomplish the task. All right.
Thanks.
Great. All right, and let's move on. Koji, could you read some of this next text, please?
Yes, I can, but I cannot
Yeah.
see here the
Do you
text.
see it? And then remember, you can download these documents, so you can have the text on your computer, on your laptop.
I get it now.
Okay.
Since late 2009, a group of European researchers from different labs have been working on Hobo Earth, a world wide web for robots. It stores data remotely so that robots can process information uploaded by other robots. It's not just touch-feely robot love. Storing data within a robot-accessible cloud could speed up complicated computation processes. Now they've turned on Reputa,
Yeah,
the
I don't know how
Robo-Earth.
this is pronounced, just quickly. I don't know how this is pronounced, but I think maybe what you said was correct. Raputa.
Okay. The Robo-Earth Cloud Engine, the ultimate open-source robotics platform.
Okay, and I'm going to
It's a
get you to stop
network.
there. Sorry, thank you.
Okay.
Ultimate. Oh, ultimate.
Ultimate.
The
Ultimate.
best, the ultimate open source robotics platform. And sorry, what did I want to talk about here? No? Oh, just this idea of touchy-feely robot love. Of course, the person is making jokes about the database, because this could seriously speed up the robot's ability to do complicated computations. And so, right, we're talking about a serious improvement in the technology. So their own World Wide Web and cloud network, if people are familiar with that term.
Yes.
Liliana, could you please go ahead with some of this text?
May I ask you something about the last
Sure.
paragraph?
Yeah.
What does touchy-feely means?
Oh, well, so sorry. To touch is to touch someone with your fingers, and feel someone is to feel someone. So, but in this case, touchy-feely is very sensitive, very sweet, not really romantic. It's very soft and sweet and special. And so the idea is that no, this is really serious stuff. This is very direct, serious technology, not just kind of video games or sharing information between robots, sharing names or people's favorite colors. This isn't touchy-feely stuff. This is serious technology.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. No, great question. Thank you.
Okay, it's a network named for the robot inhabited castle in Miyazaki's Castle in the Sky that allows robots to move their heavy computation into the cloud, decreasing the need for onboard computation. It catalogs descriptions of situations and objects that robots have encountered, so that every robot doesn't have to build up knowledge from the ground up of how to do things like navigate a room or fold clothing.
Yeah, and please keep going.
Okay, a hospital robot could upload its floor map so that the robot cleaner would know where to vacuum, for example.
Okay, great. Vacuum is a strange word in English. I think it's the only word with two U's. Vacuum is how we pronounce it. And just building their database of knowledge from the ground up, from zero, and to build up, to increase it, to develop it. And so the robots in the same situation, like a hospital, all sharing information and learning together. And onboard computation means that the computer is in the robot. It's on board. It's part of the robot. And so they're going to be able to eliminate that, where the big computing power will be in the cloud, the remotely connected computer power. So this is why it caught my eye. I think this is really interesting. Luis, please, could you read this paragraph?
Okay. Because it takes a lot of computing power just to let a robot move around, Haputa may prove especially efficient for drones and self-driving cars. Project leader Mohanraj Gajamullah told the BBC, "Move the computation into the cloud could make robots cheaper and longer running and more mobile. Be the cloud, embrace the cloud, accept it as your robot overlord."
Okay, no, this is a joke, where I guess they're kind of, well, I'm not sure. Maybe this is kind of a tech. Oh, well, this is the way that they've ended the article. So be the cloud, embrace the cloud, accept it as your robot overlord. So maybe kind of thinking it's some kind of god for robots or something like that. All right, so it's a short article, and what we've done is just taken a look at the first version is the word I was looking for, the first version of this story. And so does anybody have any comments? Please, do I have some volunteers to make some quick comments? I'd like to play a quick YouTube video.
Oh, call you soon in the picture.
Actually, I'm sorry. I'm going to move on. But download the document and take a look at it. Sorry, because really looks like an amazing. It looks like an amazing robot. I've just put up the screen share to show the YouTube application. So for those of you who are new, I think you need to click on this YouTube application to be able to see the YouTube video that I would like to share next. And so I'm going to play a YouTube video about this. And a final comment from somebody. What do they think?
I'll tell you before, I like the robot.
What's up? Sorry, something wrong?
Okay, so we'll see. We'll see. But these interesting open source projects that allow everyone to help with the
I want to
programming.
buy
Yeah, you want to buy one? Well, if you think
each of
that
each of
all
them.
this thing will be is a little mobile machine with just a receiver for internet, a little bit of storage, a camera, an infrared sensor. You don't need to have an expensive computer in it. You don't need to have a lot of power going to it, a lot of electricity going to it. And so this is the idea. And so, great. Any comments about how little independently moving machines could help? I mean, we've talked about vacuuming the floor, setting the table. I'm not sure that that's too important, but any other applications that you can think of? We talked about self-parking cars.
That is a really good idea.
Sorry?
That is a really good idea. Self-parking car.
Self-parking cars.
Yeah, self-parking cars.
Yeah, they're working on that with Google and using GPS, but they might be able to link with this cloud idea and make these self-driving, self-parking cars smarter.
Also, Google have a new invention. It's like a Google Eye that is really good. Do you know that?
Oh, okay. These are the Google glasses?
Yes, Google glasses.
Yeah, that seems to be something. Well, I'll do a class on that. But let's take a look at this article here. And there's a robot choosing some fruit, making a fruit salad maybe. And I think we're with Marcia. Is it your turn? You need to turn on your microphone, Marcia.
Okay.
There you are.
Web-based brain for robots goes live.
Yeah, goes live means it's being turned on and launched. Please go ahead.
Okay. The database will help robots work out what to do with objects they have not seen before.
Okay, great. And database, the E is silent, just to let you know.
That's a big problem for me.
Yeah, no, I understand. I've studied a little bit of Portuguese, and so I understand the pronunciation difference. Go ahead, please.
Robots confused about what they encounter in the world of humans can now get help online. European scientists have turned on the first part of a web-based database of information to help them cope. Called Raputa, the online brain describes objects robots have met and can also carry out complicated computations on behalf of a robot.
Okay, and I'll get you to stop there. Thanks. Yeah, Raputa. That would be it, I guess. Raputa, like computation. Raputa. Okay. All right, good. So I think you got the correct pronunciation of that. So they've turned on this network and or the first part of it, anyways, and it's there to help the robots cope. That means deal with different situations. They need to cope or manage or deal with strange situations. And so these are objects or situations, well, no, objects that the robots have not met before. They have not seen these before. And to carry out, to do the complicated computations and calculations. Okay, so interesting. So that the robots are going to be looking for help online when they're confused. All right, and so let's move on. And we've got Mine. could you read some of this text for us, please?
Okay, Rabuta's creators hope it will make robots cheaper, as they will not need all their processing power on board.
Yeah, please continue.
The Rabuto database is part of the European Robo-Earth project that began in 2011 with the hope of standardizing
Standardizing with an I sound. Standardizing.
The way robots persuade the human world. Instead of every robot building up its own idiosyncratic catalog of how to deal with the object and situation in encounters, Rabute would be the place they ask for help when confronted with a novel situation, place, or thing.
Okay, great. Confronted, and encounters, idiosyncratic. So this refers to, this is not a common word really, it means kind of unique, different, personal. And a novel situation is a new situation, a different situation, place, or thing. And yeah, so instead of every robot creating its own database or catalog list, it can go to the central database. And they're trying to standardize the way that robots perceive, the way they see and sense and make sense of the human world. This is the British spelling of standardizing. The American spelling is with the Z, standardizing, which somewhat makes more sense with the pronunciation. Okay, all right, great. And so you can see that the person who wrote this article, they all read the same source of material, and they just used different words to describe the same thing. That's why I recommend to students that you find one subject that you're interested in and find one subject that you are interested in, and then read 2 or 3 articles about the same subject, and you'll learn how to say the same things in different ways. And so, Nicholas, could you please read the first part here?
In addition, the web-based service is able to do complicated computations on behalf of a robot. For example, if it needs to work out how to navigate a room, fold an item of clothing, or understand human speech.
And please continue.
The system could be particularly useful for drones, self-driving cars, or other mobile robots who have to do a lot of number crunching just to get around. Say Mohanara Gahamohan.
I can't help you with that.
Technical head of the project at the Swiss Federal Institute of Technology in Zurich.
Okay, great. And just item with an item is the pronunciation. And to do something on behalf of someone else means to do it for them. So, and number crunching is a slang expression for computations and calculations. Doing math, number crunching. Sometimes people use that to describe economic accounting, etc. Counting money and doing the mathematics, doing the math, number crunching. So, and the idea of drones, I think, are just independent machines that move around. And so, right. So they're talking about navigating. Right? And you can see how this article is very similar to the other article, but they're using different words and phrases. And Rem, hello, welcome.
Hello.
Yeah, where are you connecting from?
From Peru.
Okay, great. Could you read this next paragraph, please?
Okay. Cloud control. Onboard computation reduces mobility and increases cost, said Dr. Eiko Sandy, RoboEarth program manager at the Dutch University of Technology in Eindhoven, in a statement. As wireless data speeds increase, more and more robotic thinking could be offloaded to the web, he said.
Yeah, great. Thank you. And now we've got a couple of words. I just wanted to help you with wireless is the pronunciation. And then to offload means to take it from one place and move it to another. And you're sort of moving the responsibility from one place to another. So sometimes we talk about the federal government that is trying to save money, so they offload the responsibility of something like education to the states or provinces to move responsibility from one area to another. So good. We've got these European technicians working on this project. And so let's go back to Juan. Juan, could you read these two short paragraphs, please?
The project, right?
It says, without access.
Right. Without access to such a database, robotic fear machines will be restricted to working in very tightly controlled environments such as production lines and never live easily alongside humans. Right?
Please continue.
The project, which involves research of 5 separate European research labs, has produced the database as well as software that robots can run to connect to Quiche,
Right. I'm pretty sure then it would be Reputa. Reputa. Yeah, like computer. Reputa. Okay, and to quiz in this context is to ask questions. And just to help you, this is the verb, so to live. And restricted, the ed is an extra syllable, restricted. Roboticists, people who build robots. This is a new word for me almost. Roboticists. And so good. So pretty interesting. So they're hoping that robots will be able to function and live in normal environments, not tightly controlled artificial environments. And this software will allow them to connect to and get information from the central database. And we talked about this. I don't know about this Japanese film, Castle in the Sky. So we can skip that. Maybe if somebody knows what that is. So do people have comments? We get some volunteers to make some comments before we start the third short article.
Geoff.
Yes.
I think that there is a very interesting concept that is implicit here. The robots it's what they are exposing, but the project, this open source project, is very interesting because it shared the knowledge among a lot of people around the world, the whole world.
Mm-hmm.
And
5
this concept
separate
of
laboratories are working on this in Europe, so they're collaborating.
Yes, and yes, that's nice, don't you think?
Yeah. Well, what did the other participants think? Remember, this isn't a conversation with me. You guys are supposed to be hanging out together. I'm just supposed to sit back and correct the grammar and check your spelling.
That remember me a movie iRobot.
Yes.
It give me a little fear of the future to
Yeah.
be controlled by them, by the machines.
Well, and certainly we're looking at a future with these little drones, these little mobile independent computers moving around. And so maybe they'll have security guards. So these are little drones that are video cameras, and they move around the city looking for trouble, and they take pictures of people, and they take video of people, and yeah, they call the
Yes,
police if there's a problem.
that sounds great, but on the other hand, there will be a lot of unemployment in the world if
Well,
robots
yeah,
can replace humans in some kind of work. So
yeah,
it
but
won't be good for us.
yeah, great, okay. And who's next? Who's next? Let's keep going.
I've seen a movie. The name is Robo and Frank, and
Okay.
talk about the relationship about a patient with Alzheimer disease.
Right. The
And
pronunciation is Alzheimer's.
Alzheimer's. It's the
Yeah.
same in Portuguese.
Mhm.
Alzheimer's. So his son bought a robot to help your father with not only with the tasks in the house, but to improve your cognitive skills.
Yeah.
So it's an interesting movie. I can post the trailer.
Just to help
in
you with
chat
the small
box.
word, he bought a robot to help his father, and his father's, memory. That's one of the things that fails in
Yeah,
Alzheimer's, right?
it's
Yeah, great.
the main
Who's
cognitive
next
skill.
with a comment? Who's
But
next?
robot has no brain also. I mentioned the other point as I just watched the news and one guy who has paralyzed it's the right word, paralyzing.
He was paralyzed.
Yeah, he was paralyzed and he used like web-based technology to do his routine daily activities.
Yeah. Now, sorry, just how did he do it? Sorry.
He can use just finger, and
Okay.
they have a computer in front of to him. He used wheelchair, and the computer he used the computer to do every stuff like coffee or prepare food and open door, switch on the light, this kind of things.
Yeah, right. Oh, well, this is definitely what they're talking about.
Yeah.
Who's next with a comment? And again, remember you're practicing your English, so it doesn't have to be wonderful technological information. Just try to say a couple of things that help you improve your grammar or your English.
And I think machines and all technology is nothing without human minds.
Oh yeah.
We all manage these equipments. How can I say that?
Well, devices or
machines
or yeah.
Yes, and anyway, we don't we don't let that these devices manage our lives because we are a slave of these
Okay.
devices.
No, great.
We are the slave of mobile phones or. I think there will be a limit to use. Take advantage.
Let's use that example of a police officer, though. And so police officers are very expensive. And so governments can only hire so many police officers. But what if each police officer had 4 of these little drones, these little security robots to help them do their job? And the police officer could send the robot into dangerous areas to look for trouble and to report back and show video and take pictures of suspicious people. And so we're talking about not necessarily replacing that. Well, okay, so I'm not talking about replacing the police officer, but I'm talking about making the police officer much more effective
Yes, I agree
and safer. You know, some kind of use like that.
Yes, in these cases, they are very useful, yes.
Well, and then other comments from people?
How about robot maintenance fee or the other things? Yeah.
Sure. People are going to have to make these robots and repair these robots, and
yeah.
Mm-hmm. Let's keep going. We got 5 minutes left. Another comment, or I'll bring up the document, and let's take a look at this last article. Sorry, so let me bring that open, and this is again very similar. And so, is this it? No, I think we read that, correct?
Yes, we read it.
No, this is the final robot. Sorry, this is the final article. It's not the same thing, is it? No, I think this is a similar article, but not exactly the same. And so, who was it that read the last part of the article? Whose turn is it now? I forget. Koji, is it you?
My turn now.
Okay, great.
Yeah,
go ahead, please, Koji.
Rather last. Robots could soon have an equivalent of the Internet and Wikipedia. European scientists have embarked on a project to let robots share and store what they discover about the world. Called Robo Earth. It will be a place that robots can upload data to when they master a task. And ask. I don't have the continuation.
Sorry. Yeah. And ask for help in carrying out new ones. Okay, sorry. I'll move on here. To master is the verb that we use when you become excellent at doing something, when you can do something perfectly. So all of you are trying to master the English language. Okay, and so, sorry, I'll move on, Koji. And so, Liliana, could you read this next text, please?
Okay, researchers behind it hope it will allow robots to come into service more quickly, armed with a growing library of knowledge about their human masters. Shared plan. The idea behind Robo Earth is to develop methods that help robots encode, exchange, and reuse knowledge, said Robo Earth researcher Dr. Markus Webel from the Swiss Federal Institute of Technology in Zurich.
Yeah, okay, and I think, just quickly, this is an older article about the beginning of Robo Earth, and now they've turned on that the Reputa, which is the cloud equivalent. And so what they're doing is just storing and sharing the information that they've been able to gather. Okay? And just, yes, sorry, Rem, we need you to keep your microphone muted for us, please. We can hear the music and talking in the background. And so, Luis, can you read this next selection of text, please?
Begin in most current.
Most current robots.
Okay, most current robots see the world their own way, and there is very little standardization going on, he said. Most researchers using robots typically develop their own way for that machine to build up a corpus of data about the world.
Mm-hmm. Data or data, we have both pronunciations, and corpus just refers to a body or quantity or mass of information. All right, and really that's it. We're out of time. That's the end of the class, but as you can see, this is one of my philosophies, and something that I've done to improve my Spanish is to find one topic that you're interested in, get 3 short articles from different sources, and read them. And you're getting an interesting amount of repetition, but you're learning how to say the same thing in 1 or 2 or 3 different ways, and just kind of an interesting way to incorporate more practice and more exposure to certain phrases and terms. So there you go.
That's
all
good
right.
advice. Thank you.
I'm hoping that Google has not invented an online English teacher yet, so I'm looking to hang in there for a few more years. So all the best, everybody. Great work. Good teamwork.
Thank you.
And
Thanks,
yeah,
teacher.
stay tuned.
You're
Next Christmas, you'll be buying someone a robot.
I want to
robot. Yeah. All
Bye
right.
bye.
All the
Bye.
best.
Thank you. Thank you. See you later.
Thank you.